Hi there, Stampers. This is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I go live every Monday and Thursday at 2:30 right here on YouTube and in my personal Facebook group. I welcome you. We usually go over something fun in the form of a fun fold card, and today is no different. We're going to do this adorable little pop-out swing card. I saw this card by Heidi Collins, and I just had to give it a try and then share it with you guys. And I was so excited about it. I've actually pre-filmed one for when I'm going to be done with my surgery, and you're going to get another one with a whole different designer series paper, stamp set, all of that. It is different, but I love this fold so much, I obviously did it twice. So let me show you what we're doing. So here is our card. So how fun is that, right? I've done something similar to this before, and where I've had this and had part of the card over here, but the fact that it's attached, that was kind of like new to me. So another thing about this card is if you placed an order with me in February, right, you would have gotten a packet in the mail just like this. So you would have received all the little pieces that you need to craft along and make this card with me. Now, I can't do everything for you, but I have included all of the cardstock, which starts with a 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then this one is 5.5 by 8 scored at 2, 4, and 6. And I'll show you how I did this in a minute. Then you're going to have a piece for the front, which is a 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to have these little pieces to go inside that are 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. I have 3 of the designer series paper and 1 in a basic white. My designer series paper I cut contiguous, so when you line them all up, the pattern continues. There was obviously a break in this one, but you can tell here how all 3 papers go together. And so you can do that with any of our designer series papers. And I think it's great for big, bold patterns like this because it allows you to utilize the large images and still be able to see what they are. So thank you to those who were entering hashtag Prize Patrol. That is how you get entered into the drawing to possibly win today's card, because at the end of this, I will be spinning a wheel and finding out who gets today's card. I'm going to go back and check for some little questions. I know I love Wendy's name. That's so cute. Full of love. From England, back to the 1700s. Very cute. I love that you guys all know each other and hang out in here. And thank you, Becky, for sharing the video. That is awesome. Anytime that you like, comment, share, any of those things to my videos, it helps me get seen and throws it out there in the algorithm. So that's all good. So I told you I would tell you how I did this piece. And like I said, this was 8 by 5.5. And then I scored it at 2, 4, and 6. Then I put it in the trimmer and I lined it up at 3/4 of an inch. And then I cut up to that first score line. And then I flipped it over and did the same thing. I lined it up at 3/4 of an inch, scored up to the score line. Then I folded these back in and I left the piece that was hanging over, and then I used the blade to cut it off. So it cut out this piece, and that's a scrap you can use on something else. But fairly straightforward on that one. Then we're going to take our card front, and I'm going to adhere this one. But when I adhere this piece of designer series paper, I'm only going to adhere around the outside edge because I'm going to cut the middle out. And I want to be able to separate the designer series paper from the cardstock because we're going to utilize the piece we're cutting out. So go ahead and grab your cut and emboss machine and some adhesive. I'm just going to center this on here like a normal layer. And then I'm using my Nested Essentials dies. I was happy to see they're carrying over. I was worried for a minute that they weren't, but they are. And then I'm going to use this one and cut out of the middle. And then I use the second one down to cut out the white. So the white will layer over the top once I get that cut out. But I already went and did that off camera. Thank you, Becky, for reminding about the thumbs up. That is helpful. And when you're watching on replay, it's also helpful to make another comment, even though you did one when you were live, because when I go back and I take out the countdown at the beginning, for some reason it wipes out our chat from our live. Okay. So I'm going to bring in the large one because I need the bigger base, because this is more than 3 inches. So it won't fit in my mini. But we're just going to line it up and then crank it through. And I'm running it forwards and back because I'm going through 2 layers, the designer series paper and the cardstock. And it has the stitching on the edge, and sometimes that needs a little extra something. But it came out perfect. And like I said, by not gluing in the middle, these 2 pieces came apart. So I'm going to save this one. This one can be used for something else. Okay, then I want to take this piece, and it's going to mount in the middle, and I'm going to put adhesive on here, and we're going to butt it up to the end on here. And I'm going to use liquid glue because I want just a little bit of wiggle time. So hopefully those of you who have the craft packet are able to follow along with me. I know sometimes I tend to go a little fast, so I apologize if I'm losing you somewhere along the way, but you can definitely watch on a replay, or you can ask questions in the chat. That's part of the benefit of having the little kit, is that you get to ask me questions about how it all goes together. You can also, you're free to email me anytime as well. Okay, so now I'm going to end up gluing these to the inside, but I'm thinking it's going to be easier to decorate my panels while they're out like this. Oh, and that's what I did wrong. Okay, I meant to glue this on over there. See, I went and got all confident. If I had glued this on first, when I did the die cut out of the front, it would have removed that. So now I can just set the die back in there, and I'll run it through again. But had I done it all at once, that would have cut it all at once. There we go. So it just cut out that one piece. But then we're going to take our other pieces and make sure I'm lining up what coordinates with the front over there. And then putting this one here. I tend to like to use the seal adhesive because it dries quickly and it holds really well. You don't need very much of it at all, and you don't have to worry about it bleeding through. When you're using the liquid glue, you want to be careful that you're not using too much. You want to use a very little bit, because if you use too much behind designer series paper, it's going to make it warp, and you're not going to be happy with that. So on the inside, on this one, I didn't stamp anything, but we can. I love the fact that we have our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in the form of a stamp. I mean, like, how cute is that, right? I know I want to use You Inspire Me on the outside. And then I need something narrow, so yeah, that one will fit. Okay, so I'm going to line this up on my grid paper, making sure that the lines underline the words in there. And then I'm going to set my block down on the top and align that with the grid paper as well. That's going to help keep this straight. We'll do that for the word here as well. And it's always going to be best to look straight down from the top. I'm at a bit of a disadvantage because I'm at an angle here. Okay. So what colors do we want to use? Let's go with Calypso Coral for our sentiment inside. So again, I'm using the grid paper to kind of keep myself all straight. And then I'm going to come in with some basic gray for my other pieces. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Okay, then I wanted to also stamp on our envelope. I don't do that as often as I should on camera, but I will often use designer series paper to decorate the edge, or I will use stamps. And when I use the stamps, I start out with the envelope closed, and then I kind of stamp around, making sure that any excess I have covered up with scrap paper. Because I don't want it to appear on the rest of my envelope. I only want it on the flap. There we go. So now we have a decorated envelope that will go with it. Oh, I need one more. I need the You Inspire Me for this front. Okay, does everybody know that Stampin' Up! Is doing a slight price increase? It's always a bummer when they do that, but everybody else has done it to Stampin' Up! And everything's trickling downhill. So because the cost of their supplies is going up, the cost of our supplies is going up. It's very small, I feel, and they're giving us a warning. Prices will not increase until May 1st when the new catalog comes out. So if there are things that you want to stock up on, like your adhesives and your basic cardstocks, ink pads, Stampin' Blends, they're all going to increase by about 50 cents. So not huge, but enough that I went ahead and stocked up on several things that I know I'm going to use. And on my website, on my blog posts, on my newsletter, my Facebook page. I've got that list of not only the things that are getting a little bit of a price increase, but then those things that are getting discounts. So we can't have price increases without some discounts, right? As they're retiring things out of our old annual catalog and our spring mini catalog, things are discounted like big time. Like I was really disappointed when they did the retirement list for the Christmas catalog because the discounts were not that great. This time, they're great. Like there's lots at 50 and 60% off. So you're going to want to make sure that you are keeping your list handy because that's all going to go live April 9th. And then it'll run through the end of the month or until things run out. So get your list ready. Take a look at what's retiring. Find out which things you have to have or which things will be great because they're 50% off. You want to go check that out. And remember, when you place your orders with me, you not only get the PDF tutorial of the 6 cards, but you also get the packet of things along like we're doing today. So I put adhesive on those little flaps and then I just close the card. And that's what's going to stick this together. Yeah, people often forget the envelope and they forget the inside of the card. Okay, so then this piece is going to fit right back into that hole where we got it out of, but we're only going to adhere it over on this side. So take some adhesive just into that little hole on the part where there is the designer series paper. We do not want any over here or it's going to glue our card shut. We only want it on that side. And then we're going to make it fit in as perfectly as it did when it came out. And that's going to allow it to swing in and out and be our pop out swing card. Okay, then we just need a few embellishments for the outside. There we go. Using the pastel sequins because they had the gold in them. I don't know why they thought that was pastel, but that's where they have it. And I love sequins because they allow us to mail things without having it puncture the envelope or pop up a little bit and make it cost us extra money to mail, because we know we have to keep things under 1/4 inch thick in order to get it through the postal system with just the one stamp. If it starts going over the 1/4 inch, they're going to charge you extra postage and want you to hand cancel and all that good stuff. So be careful on that. So what do I want down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although I'm a little lopsided, so let's go. And 7. Okay, so odd numbers kind of scattered around willy-nilly. So I know Linda Marie got a card kit. Did you try it along with us, or are you going to go back and watch the replay and put yours together? Who else has a kit, and did you put yours together, or are you going to watch the replay to do that? I'm just scrolling back for comments. Thank you to everyone entering hashtag Prize Patrol and those saying hello to the pups. I don't know if you can see back there. They're both in their little crown beds. There we go. There we go. Now you can see Pixie. I know Catherine's always excited to see the pups, and they're being really quiet today. So I'm appreciative that they're not out there barking somewhere. Mary said she put hers together already. Well, I'm glad you knew how to put it together. That was saying something. Okay, thank you to everyone for watching. I have 2 more videos that I'm going to be doing before my surgery. I am having shoulder surgery on April 3rd. It's a Wednesday, so I will have this Thursday and next Monday to craft along with you. And then after that, they'll go off as if they're live, but they're going to be pre-recorded. My hope is I can join in the comments. Probably not for that first one because surgery's on a Wednesday and then the first one goes off on a Thursday. But Wendy had given me the heads up about the ice machine. So I did talk to the doctor about that, and we have arranged for me to get an ice machine. I'm kind of excited about that. But these are the 2 we're going to do next. So one of these will be next Thursday and one of them will be next Monday. So the 2 coming up, we're going to play around with the Gone Fishing because that was one of my most popular bundles for my tutorials. I don't know if you have been with me that long, but back when it first came out, I did a toolbox and I did a fishing vest that were both super popular. We did them as a live and people wanted the template for the vest. And so I made a PDF tutorial of that, and it has the, oh, good. Someone says they got the ice machine and loved it. So I'm excited to hear that because I am not looking forward to not having my right arm. I'm very nervous about what I'm going to be doing without it. So remember, you want to shop the Stock Up and Save sale before the prices go up. You want to shop for the price slashing that's going to be happening April 9th. And then you want to shop with me so that you get the free little packet because I still will have one of those next month as well. So has everybody put in hashtag Prize Patrol? Are we ready to go ahead and do that? Oh, that's awesome. Ginger went ahead and made the fishing vest. Glad you liked it. Yeah, go check it out. If you wanted to find the tutorial, that's in my store on my Facebook page or my blog. You want to go to queenbeecreations.net/store, and that's going to get you to where all the tutorials are. And if you want to go stock up and save, you want to go queenbeecreations.net/shop now, and that'll throw you into the Stampin' Up store. Okay, I think I have stalled long enough, and we can go ahead and spin and see who today's winner is. Am I doing a live class tomorrow? Someone asking on Facebook, not sure who that is. I am offering an in-person class tomorrow. At this point, nobody's registered. So if you are interested, you can definitely let me know and we can plan something and we can work the cards around whatever it is you need to be making. So let me know. I just need a little bit of heads up because this week is the last week of live classes before I go in for my surgery. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Jeanne is our winner. Congratulations, Jeanne. You're going to want to go over to my website, queenbeecreations.net, and then up there in the address bar, put /Prize Patrol. It's going to throw you over to the Google form where you can give me your address and claim your prize, and I will pop that in the mail to you this week. So congratulations, Jeanne, and thank you to the rest of you for being here with me, and come back on Thursday when we play around with the Gone Fishing bundle. The stamp set is sticking around, but the designer series paper is not. And the designer series paper is pretty awesome. So I wanted to be able to show that to you at least one more time before that goes away. So I will see you on Thursday. Thanks so much. Bye.